Tighter controls will be brought in to improve the out-of-hours doctor's service in this country. It follows the death of a patient in Cambridgeshire.
Yesterday, a coroner in Wisbech recorded a verdict of unlawful killing on David Gray, who'd been treated by a foreign doctor. Many of you have been in touch with us about your experiences. Here's Kim Riley.
Well, some of your experiences have been good, others give cause for concern. Karen Faulkner from Ely said a doctor looked at my son from the bedroom doorway, announced he had a stomach bug and would be better in 24 hours. He was later rushed into hospital and diagnosed with pneumococcal pneumonia. A lady who asked us not to give her name was impressed when she was suffering from E. coli. The foreign doctors who visited her overnight spoke good, clear English, were extremely kind and very professional. And Betsy Self from Suffolk says the doctor who diagnosed her husband's condition was exceptionally helpful. But these are just some of the viewers who told us of negative experiences. Andy Howard from Great Yarmouth says a foreign locum told him his wife had a chesty cough. As she was considering what to prescribe, she uttered the words, "I take pot luck." Later, his wife was rushed into intensive care with acute pneumonia. Benita Perez says out-of-hours services have gone downhill. Emphasis is put on saving money rather than providing good care. Daphne Beattie says the whole Surrey affair, just another instance of the government's incompetence in negotiating contracts. Diana Smith said there's only one answer: to make all GPs in the UK again responsible for out-of-hours care. And John O'Brien says doctors should be able to provide a 24/7 service. For goodness sake, he says, my local surgery has 12 GPs. This is Dr Willie Notcutt, consultant in pain management at the James Paget Hospital. He says in the debate over yesterday's inquest, an important point is being missed. Doctors are not being trained adequately in managing pain. As to the man whose actions took David Gray's life, Deborah Guterres emailed us, why can't the doctor in this case be tried here? It's a disgrace. Thanks for all your comments. Remember, you can always contact us via the Look East website or simply give us a bell on 08457 630 630. Susie.
Thank you very much, Kim.
You know, there are some football clubs where it's almost impossible to get a ticket, and there are some where it's almost impossible to find anybody else in the stand. So clubs will try almost anything to get more people through the gates.
At Northampton Town, they think they've found an answer. If you buy a season ticket, you'll get a week's holiday in the Mediterranean. But there is a catch.
A win and football fans are in paradise. But watch the cobblers and you could literally find yourself somewhere else. Sound good?
It's almost like bribing people, isn't it?
Well, of course it is, but I mean, it's a marketing strategy to sell as many season tickets as we can, and you know, people are short cash at the moment, you know, in the entire world, so, you know, we've got to work hard to get their money.
For a £199 season ticket, the club will throw in 7 nights self-catering in Spain or Tenerife. Flights are not included. But there are plenty of deals on the high street, so will it work?
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good deal. Cheap holiday for 200 quid and a season ticket to watch a cobblers can't be bad.
If they offered me a solid gold car with platinum wheels, I'd perhaps consider it.
Relegated to the basement division last year, season ticket sales fell by 20%, roughly 500 seats. Fill one and you can go here. Trouble is, timeshare reps will welcome you.
As someone said to me, this is as nearer to a free lunch as you're going to get, so there's no pressure once you're out there, but you will be asked. But, you know, let's face it, it's a week's free holiday.
Of course, you'll have to come back to our weather, but you never know, you might pick up some of the lingo. Mike Cartwright, BBC Look East, Northampton.
Viva Zapateros, Viva Zapateros, Viva...
I'm glad that we had the translation. I'd have liked the tune as well.
Yeah. Now she's the rising star of pop, and today Brit Award nominee Pixie Lott was belting out her hits in Essex.
This is fantastic, I think. She's 19 and comes from Brentwood, and this morning she performed at the local high school. It's all part of a plan by the government to use big names in music to inspire students. This report does contain flashing lights.
Sometimes students can be a tad slow when it comes to filing in for assembly, but not today. Not with a star waiting in the wings. They were told she was coming, but most didn't believe it. She's already had #1 hits, and today she held 600 youngsters spellbound. She didn't just perform live, backed only by a guitar. She also took questions about the importance of music in her life.
I love to sing, it's what I enjoy doing, so if I enjoy myself, then everyone else will, hopefully.
But while some were keen to talk about records, Jack wanted to talk about romance. A date, she said. Where are you taking me?
I actually really like playing in school halls because the acoustics are really good, but obviously it's a bit different from performing like at massive venues, but it is really cool to be able to see everyone's faces instead of it just being pitch black, which is nice.
And you had lots of questions, including a possible date with someone.
Possible date, yeah, and I took him up on his offer.
It's something of a treat, isn't it? You have Pixie Lott in the school hall. It'll be something to tell people.
Yeah, we'll be going to all my friends. Oh, I saw Pixie Lott at school.
She was so good as a live performer, it's amazing. I just can't believe how good she is.
The government wants students to get motivated by music, and who better than a local girl to show them how? It was a special moment, a big star of today, shoulder to shoulder, possibly with some big stars of the future. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East, in Essex.
And do you reckon Jack's rating has gone through the roof at school?
Full marks for Jack. What a brave boy. That's very cool.
Good for him.
Apparently it's very balmy today.
Very balmy. Temperatures up to 11 degrees, apparently. The warmest day of the decade so far. However, the winds turn to the northeast through the next 24 hours and it turns colder.